he's like Harriet Tubman. You remember Harriet on the Underground Railroad? She was like, I would sneak in and I would like free more slaves and then I'd bring them with me through the Underground Railroad. Tim's like a big white Harriet Tubman. It's funny because if you read her, it's an amazing autobiography, right? Talking about the Underground Railroad. She said, I would have freed more people if only they knew they were slaves. Wow. Wow. What's amazing is so many people are living in bondage today. They're living, like Nelson Mandela says, living in prisons with the doors wide open. Right? And it's so incredible. And this gentleman has not only freed myself and so many other people in this room, but helped 18 people go out there, come back through the Underground Railroad and get financial freedom. And guys, that's what he is here to deliver to you tonight. So stand to your feet, get loud and proud for the $10 million man, $100,000 a month earner, master distributor of Seacret, Mr. Tim Herr.
Real briefly, I'm going to, tonight, for all of you that are here for the first time, just real briefly, I'll share with you my background. I got involved in this industry when I was in high school, you know what I mean? So it's like, I only know how to do this. You guys get that? Literally, I'm worthless in everything else in my life. Like, literally, right now, if you guys ask me to do anything other than network marketing, it'd be embarrassing. Nothing I can do. Like, my 5-year-old's homework, I can't even help him with it. It's so embarrassing. Like, I'm like, oh, my God, when's your brother getting home, you know? I'm freaking out, you know, because you gotta hit the lines, you know, and it's tough. So I was helping him with that today. I was like, whoa, this is kind of strong. So everything you guys, I'm bad at, you know what I mean? So only thing I'm pretty good at is network marketing, is because that's the only thing I know how to do. So I grew up the hard way in this business, meaning that when I filled out an application, my sponsor knew about as much as I did. Do you guys get that? And the ink on my application wasn't even dry yet before I realized that we were in trouble, because I could tell he didn't know what he was doing either, right? So when we got involved, we had to learn this business. So we had to search for the answers. And you know, prior to this business, you guys, I was in high school. I was working at a go-kart track. I was making minimum wage there. I used to hold a sign up that said no bumping. So, you know, I used to have this no bumping sign. And then I had an orange vest that I used to wear. And that was it. I mean, literally, that's the extent. You hear like Joe, and Joe, you know, obviously before he got involved in Seacret was good looking. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Right? Okay. So, he already came to the table with a lot. Does that make sense? Right? Ben was smart in real estate and business, right? When I got involved in this industry, when I was 17 years old, I was broke, okay? My job experience was boomers, okay? I worked at a go-kart track. I was not smart. I never graduated high school. So I was basically dumb. Does that make sense? And obviously, as you can tell, I'm ugly, so I was ugly and dumb. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Right? I'm not as ugly as I was, thanks to Seacret. Do you guys get that? Right? The green line's really making wonders. Does that make sense? People are like, damn, you're not as ugly as you were. Right? But I was ugly. My sense, I was ugly and dumb and broke and busy. That's pretty bad. Would you guys agree with that? So I got involved in network marketing, and I saw this as a vehicle for me to get some freedom. Okay? I had no idea that I'd be able to make this much money doing it. Okay? I can tell you right now that if someone would have told me that I'd make the money that I've made in this industry on day one, I would have never believed them. There's nothing that someone could have said in words. There's no words that you could have used that would have made me believe that I would live the lifestyle that I've been able to be blessed to live. There's no way. Okay? I didn't think I'd be this good at this. But what I found out is if you stop into a serious student and learn as much as you can, you actually get good at the business. That's what it's about. Today we're going to be training on why Seacret. How many of you right now are fired up to find out what makes Seacret different than everybody else? If you do, say aye. Aye. Here you guys go. Let's fly through this right now and see if we can't make it happen. Right now, we've got to look first at what's going on right now in America today. Everybody would agree, nobody would disagree that America is the land of opportunities. Yes or yes? Yes. Here is for your notes, you guys. 16.6% of eligible workers are currently either out of work or underemployed. Right now, today. And I know somebody's like, well, Tim, you know what? I know how to change that. We got to vote for somebody different. It's not going to make a difference. Okay? Trust me. Okay? Here's what will make a difference. If you decide right now that you're going to do something different. You can't put all the blame on somebody else. Maybe this guy Mitt Romney. Maybe this guy Barack Obama can pull it together. Maybe the person in the mirror can't. That's what I would recommend, because you can influence a person in the mirror. Yes or yes? Yes. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. 65% of Americans earn less than $39,000 a year. How much? $39,000. That's ridiculous. You cannot live on that. $39,000 a month is scary. Do you guys get what I'm saying? I don't even know what I would do if I was making $39,000 a year. That's scary, okay? I'd say, whoa, you know what I mean? You know, wow, right? We got to make it happen, okay? Only 56%, this is ridiculous. Only 56% of 2010 college graduates were able to find work. So people that graduate in college can't even get a job. And you don't want a job anyways. Does that make sense? That's bad, right? When you're like, man, I want a disease, I want a disease, I want a disease, and you can't even get a disease. It's like, damn, dude, you can't even catch a disease, right? That's when you know times are bad, right? Seriously, guys, I mean, let's face it, right? Here's what's going on, right? What happened in the American dream? Okay, every 3 months, 250,000 new families enter into foreclosure. Wow. 250,000. Okay, that's ridiculous. One child, this is sad, one child in every classroom in America is at risk of losing his or her home because their parents are unable to pay their mortgage. Can you imagine that? The average credit card debt per household is over $15,000. Dang. 15,000. That's the average. The average person is not broke. They're $15,000 below broke. Can you imagine that? Now is the time to make money more than ever before. How many of you guys agree with that? Yeah. It's a good time to have money, right? Everybody would agree, right? So how do we make a lot of money? We've got to recognize first off, that there is a little bit of a challenge, okay? Now we could probably listen to one of America's #1 most noted economist, and also a gentleman that is an unbelievable author. Is a gentleman by the name of Robert Kiyosaki. A lot of you appreciate his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Many of you love his book called Business of the 21st Century. He says there's 4 ways to make money. Okay? One is being an employee. Most people do that. Most people, guess what? Are employees. Okay? Yeah, that's when you have a job. Okay? And basically what that means is someone else determines how much money you make. Someone else determines when you go to the restroom. Someone else determines basically when you can eat. It's almost like being in kindergarten. They tell you what to do all the time. You don't get to think for yourself. And that's okay if it's a temporary situation. Do you guys get that? But you want to, guess what? Get out of there quickly. How do you do that? Make a lot of money. Okay? We're going to talk about how to do that. First thing is this. That is obviously, you got to realize that, guess what? You do not want that to be permanent. You want to beat that, okay? First off, self-employed, that means basically that you own a job. Okay? Self-employed is somebody that like owns a store, but they have to be there to make money. You guys ever seen those people? Where you go there and they're like, you know, they're waiting for their kids to get old enough so their kids can start working there? Help out? Okay? That means that you own a job. So you could go buy a business and guess what? You own a job. Now the other one is a B-type business. This is where you own a system that works for you. That's a smart move. Okay? That's where you want to spend your time. And then guess what? Once you make money there, then you bring it over here as an investor. That's where your money makes money for you. Do you guys get that? Yes. Very easy. Systems make you money, and guess what? Money makes you money. Okay? Instead of basically you trade hours for dollars, or basically you have a job that owns you. So here's where you want to be. How do we get there? Let's talk about it. The best B-type business that he says is network marketing. Now, you guys all know Jeffrey Babner is kind of like the leading attorney on network marketing. In his book, it's called Network Marketing, What You Need to Know. Jeffrey Babner says this, every week, here's what you need to know. Every week, more than 55,000 people in the United States sign up as a network marketer. Okay? 400,000 people per week worldwide. Do you guys catch that? Every week, 55,000 people are saying, hey, I found a new way. 400,000 people around the world are getting involved in network marketing. In excess of 10 million people in the United States alone are distributors for network marketing companies. 1 in 10 homes has a direct sellers. So out of 10 homes, 1 of them in America right now has somebody that's doing direct sales. Okay? Throughout the world, okay, there are more than 40 million network marketing distributors. 40 million. Ridiculous number. Direct selling is offered in more than 140 countries. 140 countries. Staggering numbers, okay? Direct selling has grown more than 91% in the last 10 years and currently enjoys $30 billion in the U.S. and over $100 billion worldwide. Wow. The industry is growing, guys. One of the fastest growing industries is direct selling, yet less than 1% of the world's population is currently involved in direct selling. Wow. So right now, even though there's a lot of people that are going in that direction, there's a lot of people, guess what, that don't know about it yet. So there's a huge opportunity right now. It's crazy to see, but here's what we know right now about network marketing. Obviously, former President Bill Clinton says direct sales industry promotes core values all around the globe and gives people a chance to make the most of their lives. I know someone's like, well, my broke neighbor is negative about it. Okay? Good. Here's what the former president says, okay? Here's what the Prime Minister, Tony Blair, said. Direct sales is a tremendous contribution to the overall prosperity of the economy. Well, you know what my uncle said? Okay, I don't know about your uncle, but this guy, Warren Buffett, is not an idiot, okay? For sure. Clinton, we could debate. Would you guys agree? Right, okay? But Warren Buffett, who, is, the #1 world's wealthiest, investor, says, the best investment I ever made in 2002 is when the best investment I ever made was when he bought Pampered Chef. In 2002, Warren Buffett purchased a direct sales company called Pampered Chef. That happened in 2002. So when I got involved in the industry, this didn't go down yet. So when I got involved, it was still kind of criticized. Okay? Then whenever he did it, nobody criticized it anymore. You'd have to be stupid to be like, Warren Buffett guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm a little bit smarter than he is. Okay? So you already know, obviously now there's a lot of credibility. Donald Trump owned a network marketing company. Okay, if I had to do it all over again, okay, I'd get into network marketing. That's what he said. In 2009, he started his own network marketing company, okay? Here's Richard Branson. Richard Branson, in 97, he got involved 1 year after I did. He opened up a company called Virgin Cosmetics, okay? It's called Virgin, now it's called V at Home. So guess what? It's all about timing. You understand? Right now is the perfect time. Don't wait for every billionaire to get involved in it and you're the last guy to figure it out. Do you guys see that? The time to get involved is now, okay? Here's what I share with you guys. Rich DeVos, the gentleman that owns the Orlando Magic, okay, made his fortune in network marketing. Think about it, you guys. Richard DeVos, the owner of the network marketing company called Amway, bought the Orlando Magic. Do you guys see what I'm saying? I think it's working. Here's what I'll give you an example of. In 2007, a network marketing company called Herbalife, the LA Galaxy, partnered up on a 5-year deal to be the official sponsor. This was, guess what? In 2007. Think about what's happening, guys. This is going down right now. Jorge Verga, okay, started OmniLife, a network marketing company in Mexico. In 2002, he bought a soccer team called Chivas. Dude, look what's going on, guys. I think this is starting to make sense. Here's what it says in May 14, 2009. Front page of the USA Today, money section, it reads, want a recession-proof job? Think direct sales. Yes. Yes. Look at what's going on, guys. It's all over, man. The writing's on the wall. Pay attention, okay? One of my favorite ones is the Wall Street Journal article, Why Now is the Prime Time for Direct Selling, okay? In this article, it is about why a bad economy, okay, in network marketing has always done extremely well. So the worse the economy is, the better it is for us. That's the thing about it. Like right now, I'm like, man, I hope that neither Mitt Romney or the other guy, Barack Obama, can figure this deal out. Right? I'm like, let's bring Bush back. Does that make sense? Let's bring him back. You know what I mean? Let's bring that guy back. Is he still around? Because the worse the economy is, the more money that we make. I'm telling you guys, you guys laugh like, yeah, you're just thinking that because it's about economy. You should have tried to do this business in 2001. You know what I mean? 2002, man, when, you had plumbers making like $40,000 a month doing, refis and, getting everybody these adjustable rate mortgages. You had guys that were, plumbers making 50 grand a month. I'm over here doing network marketing trying to get 4 people to the meeting. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So we're like, what? I'm like, yeah, well, you need an umbrella because it will rain. Does that make sense? It's hard to sell umbrellas when it's sunny out. Does that make sense? Right now, it's storming like crazy. It's easy to sell umbrellas. Do you guys see that? Okay, so here's what we got to recognize. This is obvious, okay? This is one of my favorite. Paul Zane Pilzer, economic advisor for the presidents, okay? In the same July 24th, 2011, Wall Street Journal article. It's an exclusive interview with Paul Zane Pilzer, the author of Next Millionaires. and two-time economic advisor, presidential economic advisor, okay? He says direct sales is a solution for the shrinking job market. Guys, the writing's all over the wall. But some of us still want to talk to our neighbor and ask him what he thinks. Think about it, guys. It's everywhere around us. But still some people are like, no, dude, the economy is going to turn around. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The Easter Bunny will be here soon. Does that make sense? It's like, come on, guys. Here's what it says. This was in the February 23rd, 2011 USA Today article. This was in the USA Today, February 23rd, okay? Here's what it said about network marketing, okay? Job security, okay? Robert Kiyosaki says business for yourself was considered risky. Okay, many years ago, that was considered risky. Okay, now working for a traditional corporation has become the risky option. Wow, this is happening. Okay, number two, we're in on this, guys. Make more money. The U.S. Federal Reserve survey shows the average household's net worth for entrepreneurs is 5 times more than the traditional employed people. Guys, this is happening right now. Number 3, okay, freedom. Okay, when you're your own boss, you get to choose when you work, how you work, and with whom you work. These are kind of good things, by the way. Discover your hidden potential. Entrepreneurship is business's beating heart, says Virgin mogul Richard Branson. Okay, entrepreneurship is about capital. It's about ideas. It's Richard Branson talking about our industry. Second, clear. Okay, speaking specifically for baby boomers. Okay, they want their work that reflects their values and identity. They want to make a difference. Thank you. Number 6, in this article, it said, you're sharing, not selling. It turns out direct selling may be the best way to sell goods in developing worlds. That was obviously from Jim Cramer. And number 7, for your notes, okay? A life of greater impact. Watch this. When you're in the business for yourself, you write your own history. You write your own success story. You write your own, ladies and gentlemen, legacy. And most importantly, you'll write your own paycheck. That's Jeffrey Gitomer. I like that guy. He's got some funny stuff. Here's what you guys got to realize. That's a no-brainer, okay? Here's what you guys got to Here it is. At a job, how many people usually get paid on?
1.
Usually it's 1, right? That's only on year 1, but what about on year 2?
1.
Who's that? How many people's average you get paid on?
1.
What about year 3 when you really work hard at a job?
1.
Yeah, but what if you're dedicated and you work for 5 years? So what you'll discover is basically at a job, it works like this. Work, work, check. Work, work, check. That's how a job works. After 5 years, it's work, work, check. After 20 years, it's work, work, check. After 50 years, it's work, work, check. So guess what? We discovered tonight that a job is work, work, check. Now, direct selling is a little bit different. Direct selling works like this. At the beginning, you're going to put in more work. You've got to give a little bit more because it's your own business. Okay, so it's like this. Work, 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 check. Work, 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 check. Maybe the first month. Second month, it might be like this. Work, 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 check. Work, 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 check. Work, 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 check. Third month, it might be work, work, check. Work, work, check. Work, work, check. Fourth month, it might be work, check, check, work, check, check. Okay? Now, by the 5th month, 6th month, you stay on track. It's check, 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 work. Check, 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 work. And after basically doing the business for 2 years, it's check, 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 check. That's how it works. Yes, it is. So you have to ask yourself what makes more sense. Do you see that? For me, it's kind of a no-brainer, man. Getting the secret, right? Year 1, let's say you only have 5 people on your team. Okay? Well, year 2, you duplicate that: 25, 125, 625, 325. You know, then you have 15, 65, 78,000, 125. It just continues to grow. So it's obviously. Here's what Jim Rohn says: don't quit your job today. Okay? Now, Friday, because you're going to miss work to go to the regional, you might not quit your job, but your job might quit you. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Working full-time on your job and working part-time on your fortune. Jim Rohn says that. It's obvious, okay? Here's what you're going to realize. Why skincare? Obviously, we know direct selling is obvious. It's easy to see. Everybody agrees. Nobody disagrees. It just makes too much sense. But why skincare? Somebody said, Tim, come on, skincare. You're like the most, like cavemanish person I know. You don't even, if you soap, why would you get involved in skincare? Okay? Well, obviously because I'm not an idiot. Here's what I know. Over 300 billion spent on skincare and beauty worldwide. And that number is exploding. I like to make money. Okay? I'm a big fan of that. How do you make money? You find out where the money is. And you show up where it's about to be before it gets there. And then when it shows up, you're waiting for it. Hey, come on to the party. I'm glad you showed up. Does that make sense? That's how it works. Think about what I'm telling you guys. We already know this. Who has the money? The baby boomers control basically 2/3 of the U.S. economy. Of the 11 trillion, they control 2/3. But they make up only 1/3 of the population. So 1/3 of the population controls 2/3 of the money. Last year, the first group of baby boomers became 66 years old. So somebody goes, okay, we have to cater to baby boomers. Why would you get involved in this? Why not like a weight loss, or why not a supplement? Okay, let me explain why. Okay, if I give this guy a vitamin right here, right, or I give this guy a juice, or I give this guy some mushroom coffee, like, hey, try this stuff out. He's not going to have an instant effect. There's no wow factor. He's not like, oh my God, that vitamin was ridiculous, man. Oh, does that make sense? That's it. There are no wow factor products in that industry. Okay, they banned them. Does that make sense? Right? They banned them in '98, right? So here's what we know. Here's what we know. That's whenever it's shifted, you guys. I can tell you guys a whole history and it would blow your mind away, but I don't have time for it. But just understand, you guys, our products, and I don't want to say the word idiot, so I'm going to say somebody that has no idea on how to do anything can do our you guys ever seen that commercial? The Geico guy? Who is it? It's not Geico. Is it Geico? Yeah. The caveman? The caveman, right? That's why I was like, ooh, I can do this, right? Because you just add fingernail to a buffer, turns into money. Salt and oil, ooh, hands. Yeah, you get it? You don't have to think. You just have to add skin. Oh, you take some of the M4. Face. Boom. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so dildo-proof, right? You know what I mean? It's like perfect for morons. And I know somebody like, well, I'm just not a moron. Yeah, but not everybody's like you. More people are like me than there are like you, who's Mr. Smarty Pants. So guess what, right? If you make sure that the guy like me can do it, the go-kart, hold the sign. Yeah, that guy can do it. Everybody in between there and the doctor can do it. Right. You guys get it? You're a doctor. Once you see what Professor Ho, there was this article that was written up on our company. Okay. You see what it's like. Wow, this is what the professor of dermatology says about it. I know Tim likes it. The guy that's, you know what I mean, made it to the 11th grade successfully. That guy likes it. You know what I mean? It's a relief when you find out that, guess what? The professor of dermatology at UCLA is jacked out of his head about it. Do you guys get it? So just recognize that, okay? So 300 billion, okay? Obviously. For your notes, 2009, over 90 million Americans purchased anti-aging products or procedures, okay? That's 1/3 of the country. So they bought anti-aging products or basically went under the knife. Average American today spends $80 to $100 a month on skincare and beauty products. People simply want to look and feel young. That's a no-brainer. So here's what we have to look at. Why skincare, Tim? Okay? Because all the companies that are anybody have skincare. Do you guys get that? Now, some guys are like, well, I don't want to be a part of a successful company. Well, then don't get involved in skincare. But here's what I'll tell you. The facts are Avon is a what? Skincare company, right? They've got a skincare. Amway's got a skincare, right? Jaffer's got a skincare. Herbalife's got a skincare. America's got a skincare. Primerica doesn't. But you want to talk about it? I can talk about it. Okay? You're $82.3 billion in business. But they pay out how much percentage of commissions? Do you understand what I'm saying? You're talking about on services, you're paying out at the most 30%. I had a buddy that sold illegal services or something like that, and it was like, oh my God, geez. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like, wow, you're getting robbed, right? So what happens is in services, you cannot pay out what you can on products. Why? Because you don't have the markup. Let me give you an example, electricity. So, oh, dude, I got an electricity company. Okay, first off, you don't even have it in most states, but let's just say, okay, electricity, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. Think, can you pay out 50% of an electricity bill? No. Then don't touch it. Right. If you can't pay out on it, don't touch it. Paying out 65% is Seacret. Yeah. Guys, it's a no-brainer, man. Crushing it, okay? So you look, skincare is the deal. Obviously, okay? Forever Living, Skincare, Oriflame, Natura, and Nu Skin all have a what? Skincare line. So we know that skincare is the deal. The only company that doesn't is Prime America, and now the $2.3 billion, they're not paying out 50%, so they're not even paying out 50% commissions. They're not even paying out 30% commissions. It's ridiculous. Okay? It's just a no-brainer. So here's what you got. You got a lot of different MLMs that are out there, okay? Let me give you an example. Out of the MLMs that are out there, you can do, these are the multi-products and skincare companies that are out there. Okay, you look, there's a lot of them, okay? You have a lot, Arbonne, Tupperware, Melaleuca, RX, Nerium, Avon, Cookie Lee, Pampered Chef, okay, Sensei, Be at Home, Cutco, Winalite, Jeunesse, Party Light, Amway, Jafra, and Nikan, Cookie Lee. You got a lot of different product companies. I'm going to tell you guys why we smash them. Then you've got, obviously, the vitamin companies, the weight loss companies like Herbalife, Your Health, Isogenics, Beach Body, Shaklee, Nature Sunshine, OmniLife. These are great companies, by the way. Don't think, oh my God, dude, why are you talking bad about other companies? I'm telling the truth. It's not my fault that it's bad. Do you guys get that? Okay? Right? Nutritional beverage companies, Agile, Tishanoni, Monavie, Univera, Drink Act, Vima, Kyani, Limu, BHIP, Pure 3X, Evolve, XFuse, Goji, Sissel. I don't know, some of these are probably out of business by now, but Yoli, Enagic, RevNRG, ASEA. Some of these I can't even say without giggling, okay? So here's the deal. Then you got your coffee, tea, and chocolate deals. Zajai, Veracia, this one's out of business. Javita, Zija, Organo Gold, Sunrider, Synergy, Dove Chocolate, Organo Excel, Healthy Coffee, Rishigo. A lot of these are out of business. So if it is, don't. Then you got your money games, ACN, Loomis, you got Zamzu, Izig, Ambit, Ameriplan, Prepaid Legal, Cash Gifting Extreme, GT Trends, okay, Market America, Send Out Cards, Lightyear Alliance, okay, Extreme Fuel, TVI Express, that was a funny one, that's out of business, Global Gas Cards, My Video Talk. There was that one that didn't even make the cut. It was started and ended too fast, but I would have put it on here if I had time. Adzu, World Ventures, Legal Shield. So these are the companies that are basically the services or, more times than not, money games, okay? Because they're just selling air. Do you understand that? It's like, you know, here's a $500 startup kit, and we have products to make it legal. But it's like, dude, you make your money off selling the $500 air. So basically companies that start. So you have to look at these companies and go, okay, which one of them have first movers advantage? Well, yeah, some of them do. I mean, not all of them, okay? Not all of them don't have first movers advantage. But once you start to X them out, you start to realize a lot of them don't have first movers advantage. The time to get involved in the band is not when the band is marching down the streets, when the band is forming. You guys get what I'm saying? It's like somebody's like, well, no, it does matter. Fire doesn't burn down the same building twice. Does that make sense? Fire doesn't ravage a building and be like, dude, we're going to be back next week. Does that make sense? So what happens is, if you're in a deal that everybody knows about, it's like, you can change your name. But imagine, like, if I went home to my wife, right? Imagine my wife and I have a great relationship, and, like, she hated me. And it's like, man, I can't stand seeing you. And I come home, and I'm like, who? You. You talking about Tim? I got rid of him. I'm Scott. You know what I mean? Like, you can change your name, but it's like, dude, you still are who you are. Does that make sense? Right? You know, you can fool some people. So, obviously. Then you have to look, all right, which ones have wow factor products? Meaning the products that make an impact right away. I put a product on you, works in 30 seconds, okay? Now we got rid of the rest of the companies. Now, we can keep going all night long about what separates us from everybody else. And it's not the fact that you can't become successful selling some of these other products. You can. I'm not making fun of them, but I'm just saying take the path of least resistance. Okay? All right? So you have to ask yourself, demonstratable products and kits. Okay? Some companies don't have kits. Okay? So agents don't have to give their entire product away to make sales. There are some companies where you have to give all your product away to demonstrate it. Like, that's wild. Like, you gave the entire product away? You didn't just show him something? Well, no, if I showed him just a little bit, nothing he wouldn't see anything. So you gave him the entire product? Yeah. That's wild. Okay? Historical debt ceiling properties. You have to have a story. You can't be like, well, there's a bunch of, boring people in the lab, and we came across this, you know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, no one likes that story. Yeah, that story's whack. Proven brand. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, like, you have stories sell, facts tell. You understand? You start talking about the Dead Sea and Cleopatra, we can get excited about that. Proven brand with over 600 million in proven worldwide sales. You don't want to get involved in startup companies. Why? Because 90% of them they lack the financial stability to make it. Okay, first time ever in business, we have a $600 million proven track record. First time ever, $600 million track record, okay, with proven wow factor products that are demonstrated at the mall. People are not clamoring to the mall to go find out what's at the kiosk. Would you guys agree with that? Let's go to the mall. Why? Let's go see what's at the kiosk. No one's doing that. They're a necessary evil. It's like, oh my God, there goes those kiosk people. Whoa, don't make eye contact, don't make eye contact. You know what I mean? Why? Because you were going to Macy's. You guys get that? If you can sell $600 million of it out of kiosks, you got something, obviously, okay? $600 million worldwide sales, okay? Manufactured by L'Oreal. How many guys agree with me they're a multi-billion-dollar company? Yeah. Talking about $25 billion, okay? So here it is, university training program. Oh, by the way, just let me point this out. Our system, I dare you to go to some of these other companies and just look at them. You will run, because their training programs are terrible.
Yeah.
They don't want to develop people, because if they did, then guess what would happen? Those people would take the money. What? What? You're telling me that if I went to work and made as much as you would get cut off? That's wild. That's wild. Comp plans drive behavior. The behavior of a compensation plan is what? Driven by where the money is. So if the money is, if I help Brad get to the same level I am, I no longer get paid on Brad. Well, that's inspiring. Let me help you out, buddy. You guys get what I'm saying? Oh, you got to build 3 legs? Okay, here, I'll build 1. You know what I mean? I don't know, this would just get work. It's crazy, some of these comp plans. But they were cool when they came out. I want you to understand something. In 1985, the VCR was the deal. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That was hot in the 85. Do you follow what I'm saying, you guys? That was a hot deal. Like, the VCR was, oh my God, who's got one? Let's go to their house. Let's look at it. I remember going to the house, like seeing it. I was like, oh my God, someday, right? Right? So guess what? There's a lot of network marketing companies like that. Because of their, guess what? It's outdated and you can't change it. Do you guys get that? Right now our comp plan's hot, but probably in 20 years there'll be a hot comp plan that wasn't thought of. You understand what I'm saying? But unfortunately, we'll be in Tahiti, tickling our toes and saying, done. Does that make sense? You guys get what I mean? So that's the good news. But you understand, you can still make money in some of these 1985 comp plans. It's just harder. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Yeah. I got involved in a company that was 13 years old and became the #1 producer of the company. Why? Because guess what? I worked hard. But we have a competitive advantage because no one knows who we are still. Yeah. We're like a 1-year-old little baby toddler running around. Right? We're not even a big giant yet. We're like a little baby. Right? So here's what you got to realize. Our training program develops people. We have the best training program on the planet. I already know that. That's not even open for discussion. Like, please, for the love of all this good zippy zip. You know what I mean? No one can even talk. Like, oh, yeah, okay, you guys, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you start getting into a product with another network marketer, let's talk products. Oh, let's not. You know what I mean? Right? You know what I mean? Let's talk about training programs. I'd rather not. You guys get it? Talk about comp plan. You know what? Let's not. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you want to talk about, right? Not much, okay? Probably how you can get started, right? So here's what low monthly costs are. And I'm not saying this to be mean, because I'm telling you guys right now, there's a lot of the room right now that is here right now today, okay, were at one time in another company. Does that make sense? So when I sat down with Joe, I had this conversation with him. He didn't like it. But don't get mad at the messenger. Does that make sense? Do you guys see that? Don't get mad at the messenger, get mad at the message. But guess what? The message is reality. So it's all simple. So you got to have a strong, a backbone, okay? And we'll help you do that. Low monthly costs on replenishment services. People's monthly maintenance in some of these companies like $200. Now, a lot of people are on a $200 auto-ship with us, but they're doing it voluntarily. You don't get paid if you don't. Do you see that? Okay. Next is this. New age comp plan. That's obvious. Our comp plan is ridiculous. Not only internal consumption. That's my favorite. That's how you make real income. What is internal consumption? Most of you that are brand new are like, Most network marketing companies, I know because you guys get bashed. Like, dude, you're one of those things. Okay, let me explain to you what one of those things are, okay? So you know, right? What it is basically there's no real customers.
Yeah.
The only people that are customers are actually people that are agents.
Yeah.
Do you see that? Why? Because the products are a joke. The products are a joke. You couldn't go out there and build it. You could get rich in secret without recruiting one person. How do we know? Because they did it out of kiosks for 6 years before we showed up. You didn't get paid at kiosks for building a kiosk distribution network. You get paid per kiosk. So people went out there and they just basically sold on the kiosk, sold the product. So understand this. At Seacret, this is why you need to make sure that right now you are at the national so you get a better understanding of this. But look, here's what you have to be aware of. We have a standalone opportunity just in promoting the products. You know what I'm saying? Get out of town. You know what I mean? So I'm not here to tell you guys that Seacret's the best thing on the planet. That's obvious, okay? We have different distribution centers all around the world. We do obviously product sales in 36 countries. Here's our worldwide brand, just a little bit. These are at different locations around the world. This is in Japan. It's ridiculous. Okay, so here's what's happening, guys, all over the world. We have these kiosk distribution centers. Okay, so what does that mean, you guys? That means that our products rock. Look at this one. That's ridiculous. No one's doing that. Does that make sense? Okay? So we have all these products, okay? So here's what we have to realize, okay? Tonight is the time. Right now, you've got to understand that we've got our hands in something special. Don't let this window of opportunity slip through your fingertips. How many of you have a better understanding of why Seacret is the greatest? If you do, say aye. Aye. All right, here's what I'm going to close out with right now. I want to talk to you guys for 30 seconds. Since I came all the way down here, I want to give you a little bit of value. Okay? In life, you're going to encounter challenges. And it's how do you deal with those challenges? That's the question you've got to ask yourself. How do you deal with those challenges? There comes a time where you guys got to stay focused on the end result. Where you say, look, you know what? I'm going to make it happen no matter what. I'm going to win. I'm going to become a success. I'm going to make my dreams and goals become a reality. How do you get to that point? Let me share with you a story, guys. I got a chance to hear about. You guys, there was a gentleman, I come from Indiana, so I know a little bit about farming and stuff, but what happens, there was a farmer that had a well, a water well, that it was dried up, there was nothing there, but he just didn't take the time to cover it up. He should have, but he didn't. He didn't step up to the plate and cover up the well. You know, it was neglect on his part. And what happened was very sad because he had a mule that and this mule unfortunately fell down the well. And there was no way to get leverage to pull this mule out. And he looked down there and he's like, oh my God, you know, at least it died, you know. And then he looks down and he's like, oh my God, the thing's still alive. Oh my God, what am I going to do? So now he's like, how do I get rid of this? I mean, I want to help it out. I love this mule. It's it's like a family member to us. But it's stuck in this well. And there's no way to get it out. You know, it's not like, hey, grab onto this rope. You know what I mean? The mule wasn't like hearing that. So he had to figure out what to do. So he talked to some of his neighbors in this small town. He said, look, you know what? Oh, Betsy fell down the well. And I'm going to ask your help. I need you to help me. Put her out of misery. You know, she's been around for over 20 years. We love her. Help us put her out of misery. And at the same time, we can also, guess what? Do what I should have done in the first place. Okay? Just fill this well up with dirt. So he recruited. This guy was recruiting like a maniac. He got like all the neighbors in his town to come help out. So everybody's like, all right, let's make it happen. So they start shoveling the dirt to cover up the mule and cover up the well. So nothing like this could ever happen again. Because if it happened to a well, it could have happened to someone else, you know. And we've all heard about those, tragic stories. So he starts, and they're throwing this dirt down there. And every time this mule's down there, he's down there just crying. Because these guys are burying him. right? And every time, boom, he gets hit on the head with dirt, he shakes it off. And then he steps up. And these guys don't stop, man. They're like, man, this guy will not quit, you know. We got to bury this thing alive so it doesn't get, you know, it doesn't. And every time he's like, oh, shake it off, and then step up. So every time it would get hit with dirt, it would shake it off, and it would step up. And it continued to do this every time. Shake it off, step up. And as the whale started to fill up with dirt, this mule would not die because he refused to lose. It refused to be denied. It didn't let a situation stop it. Why? It kept his eyes on the goal, which was life. So every time he got hit with dirt, boom, it would just shake it off and it would step up. And then finally, as a result of its undying commitment to make it happen, as that whale filled up, it just stepped out and it was free. There comes a point in time in your life where when you encounter options, okay, where you say, look, you know what, I've got to make it happen. I got to step up. When you get to a point where it's like, look, you know what, I got to get to the national event, but I've got challenges, I've got issues. You know what? Step up. You've got to step up if you want to win. If you want to become a success, you got to dig down deep in your heart and say, look, this is it. This is my time to make it happen. My time to step up. My time to make it happen right now. I'm going to go all out massive action. I'm going to force results. I'm going to become a champion. I'm going to go all out massive action, and I'm going to win. We're making it happen. Let's get rich, everybody. Thanks for coming out, you guys. Get your card stamped on the way out. We're getting rich, everybody.